Hello everybody, Mike from the Rewatch Project podcast here, and I am a lifelong Star Trek and Star Wars fan watching classic Doctor Who for the first time, and I am into the fourth serial Marco Polo, namely the fifth episode of said serial, The Riders from Shang-Tu. So this is a reconstruction, fan-made reconstruction, so it's a little bit of a different viewing experience this time, but so far it's so good. As I move towards the back half of this serial, let's see whether it manages to land the plane, as they say. A quick reminder that I appreciate commentary on the YouTube channel, so please do leave your comments below. Like, subscribe, do all of that YouTube stuff, and please, if you are part of the Doctor Who fan community, or even just the sci-fi reaction video community, then please do share this, because as I say, the more viewers we get, the more comments I get, and that's really what drives this, is that conversation and that education that I'm getting as a Doctor Who novice from the generous Doctor Who fandom community. So without further ado, let's get into this and watch The Riders from Shang-Tu. I'm wondering, were the photographs in this, were they actually colour photographs or were they colourised? Because they look colourised to me. I'm just curious as to where these images originated. I understand the audio was recorded by fans at the time. Rider from Shang-Tu, John Lucarotti.
Other men in position.
I like the fact that the reconstructions use the correct font. That may seem like a silly detail, but as geeks, we notice these things.
Men are surrounded by Northern.
Do they know the signal to attack?
Each one has been told by Lord Tigana and wave a burning torch.
We shall watch for it.
Can't see. Audio on this one's not great. I don't know if it's just a version I've got, or if that's the source recording, but here we see the villains attempting to attack our caravan of courage, as they say.
What's the matter? Did you kill him?
No, of course not. He was dead.
Dead?
He's been stabbed.
Bandits?
I love that the Doctor would think that, would think that this mild-mannered, working class British school teacher would murder this guy. It says a lot about the Doctor's values at this point.
They must be just on the point of attack.
Tigana. You see, I mean, Marco's coming across as very naive in this, isn't he? How he's just giving Tigana a pass at every opportunity.
Wake the bearers. What is it? Bandits. What's he doing for you? Never mind about that. The guard's been killed. Now wake the bearers and get some swords. Quickly, call the others. Doctor, Susan.
Never mind about that.
That's right, Susan. Go into the tent and stay there.
What about Punter?
Now, she sleeps now, but if she wakes up, make sure she stays with you. Yes. Are the bearers awake?
Yes. They're taking their positions around the edge of the creek.
Do you know how to use one of these?
No. But given half a chance, I'll learn.
Pardon me. If you're half as aggressive with this as you are with your tongue, Doctor, we can't lose.
How many of them are there likely to be?
Ooh, I tell you what, Marco Polo, he can give it that, can't he? But in fairness, so can the Doctor as well. So if you can't take it, don't dish it out.
If you go in their caravan, it will surely destroy you.
Tigana's like, I can't remember the guy's name now, but during the the Iraq conflict back in the early 2000s, there was a famous general who did press conferences who was just in denial. Like, the airport would be getting overrun. He'd be like, no, we're fine. Nothing's happening here. Move along. And that's kind of the energy that Tigana's got here.
Believe that, Polo. You're a bigger fool than even I think you are.
You've deceived me before, Doctor.
Marco. Goodness me.
Not use your caravan. Tell the others that unless he signals before the moon's first light, we attack them.
My Lord, come on.
But not with stealth, as Lord Tigana wished. We'll make sport of it.
Well, this is just treachery within treachery. It's like bloody dynasty going on here.
There are no bandits. This is all a ruse.
Could run for president of the United States, couldn't he, Tigana? He's pretty good at arguing that black's white. Right, he could probably run for the leadership of any country. To be fair, I don't know why I'm picking on America there. Here we go. Oh, even the Doc's getting in on the action. It is such a shame that this episode's missing. You know, I mean, there's so much going on visually relative to, you know, the rest of the show and the limitations that it has. Yeah, why this one?
I shall be guarded day and night.
Marco, let me be your sword.
You are in my charge, Sagana, not I in yours.
He's telling Marco. I have a journal.
What is it, Pingcho?
A courier from the Great Khan has arrived, Mr. Marco.
Ask him to wait, please. I'll be with him in a moment. Pingcho, do I have your word not to tell anyone where these keys are?
I like how much stock Marco puts in people's word. And also the fact that the TARDIS crew, as I'm now going to call them, you know, don't lie to him. You know, they remain silent. They're like, well, we can't promise that we're not going to escape. So that says something about their honor as well. And, you know, you'd figure that Marco would kind of learn to trust them because of that, or at least have any trust that he may have had solidified by that, as opposed to, oh, his sketchy friend.
Yes, Mr. Marco.
Wondering if this was library music that they would have sourced for this episode, or were these things composed, or is it a little bit of both, I wonder?
Well, I could hardly leave it in the hanging garden, my lord, now could I?
It'll be safe enough there, Doctor. Caravan leaves
What,
Shang-Tu. When does the next
the day after
commerce-
tomorrow, my lord.
Will you
Yeah,
see
horse
all
poo in
the
it.
luggage goes with it, including that caravan?
I shall make it a personal duty, my lord Marco.
This guy's putting in a great performance, isn't he? I can really see the character's movements just from what he looks like and the performance. I love it.
I'll escort you to your apartment.
Yeah?
They're looking very amused there.
I could hardly have it placed in the hanging garden, now could I?
And your home, Susan. You've never told me about that. It's so very far away.
Yes, it is. It's as far away as a night star.
But you can reach it from Venice, can't you?
No, Pingcho. No, I can't.
And if Mr. Marco does give your caravan to Kuwait,
Where are you from, Susan?
you will never see your home again.
Okay. This guy's got to be sketchy. And he looks like there's a character in Raiders of the Lost Ark. I think he wears an eye patch and has like a monkey on his shoulder or something. Is this some kind of character archetype? I wonder.
Warlord's tomb.
I mean, I know now, obviously, you know, we live in a world where people who have injuries or scars or, you know, are kind of pushing back a little bit, you know, against things like the James Bond movies, you know, to say, hey, the demonization of people with injuries. And I get that, you know, again, this was a very much a different time. And also a lot of these historical things were playing into these archetypes as well and kind of establishing and embellishing and, you know, proliferating these archetypes. And, you know, I do kind of hand wave a lot of this stuff from the time, but yeah, that's definitely an archetype.
Can you arrange to have it taken for me?
You prepared to pay a good price?
How much? A warlord's tomb. More than that. A Khan's throne for no guy.
It had to come down to this ultimately, didn't it? This was always going to be a power struggle over the TARDIS at the end of the day.
Come in.
A betrayal. Gosh, the level of integrity that our protagonists have is pretty incredible.
haven't.
Apart from the Doctor, of
You don't
course,
know
he's
where I
shady
put
as hell.
But he'll be terribly angry.
But
one of
But
us
he
will
does.
be on the way
He's still
home.
an honourable man, of course.
What can I say?
Get her to go with you. But she's going to face the wrath of Marco. It's 2 more episodes, so this can't go well. Oh, the old pretending to be drunk bit. It's like the pretending that somebody's unconscious in a cell to lure the guard in so you can deck them. Classic. It's good that Ian's getting to do a bit of fun stuff here. Oh dear. She's going to say goodbye to Ping Cho, and it's the going back for the cat bit, isn't it? Heading back into the fiery house.
Wait!
Must have gone to say goodbye to Ping.
Oh yes.
What on earth does that child think she's doing?
Bloody
Make a
Susan.
difference. Don't panic. Give her a
She's
second.
gone back into the blazing building for the cat. Yeah, you just wander about, Susan, whilst your colleagues are trying to escape. I mean, at least they didn't promise that they weren't going to try and escape. Bloody hell. The mighty Kubla Khan's going to rock up in the next one. Yeah, that was fun. Again, just going to echo what I said earlier on, that it really is. This episode is a real reminder of how sad it is that this is one of the lost storylines, you know, because of the amount of visual panache and diversity and action that's happening here. I mean, goodness, we've got even the Doctor getting involved with what looks like some sort of sword fight. So it is a real shame that this one's missed. Again, you've got the classic, you know, Susan being a bit of a pain, a bit of a liability at the end there. But again, that's fine. That's a genre thing. That's all part of the fun. Yeah, really looking forward to seeing where this one goes. This has been a really solid, entertaining ride, you know, journey, like literally journey. And this must have been tremendously exciting to watch as a kid at the time. I can imagine really getting into this in the same way that I got into like Indiana Jones and you know, the swashbuckling pirate adventure movies as well. You know, and The Thief of Baghdad, and even I guess the Ray Harryhausen Argonauts. You know, Jason and the Argonauts, and the mythological films as well. It very much feels of a piece with those types of movies, and also the Jules Vernean, you know, like the Journey to the Center of the Earth, and also things like 20,000 Leagues Beneath the Sea. You know, it feels very much like it's part of that whole kind of adventure storytelling genre, and I really, really enjoy that. And again, it's another good example of the elasticity of the concept of Doctor Who. Oh, this is the fourth story, and they've all been really different from each other, and the characters are evolving and developing and getting to do more diverse, fun things. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Quick reminder to check out the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike, the audio podcast that shares this feed on YouTube, which is also available as an audio podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you may get your podcasts. And also feedback is always appreciated. You can email me at rewatchprojectpodcast@gmail.com, or alternatively, as is probably the easier option, is just to comment on the YouTube videos, and I'll get to those. And I usually let those build up a little bit and then work through them and respond. And I may even do a little bit of feedback on the show as well, so please do that. And I'll be back very soon with the mighty Kubla Khan, which I think is the penultimate episode of this serial. So yeah, having a great time with this, and see you soon.